Basement, level vibes with another one, straight up, blackness aye. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, I do it for the love, him not do it for no money. Straight up, him attack, educating everybody. Big up my friends and big up my family. Turn on the radio, catch the vibes, it's integrity. Straight up, Benskop stands for unity. One people, one nation, one destiny. Free up the truth in the air, even the blind can see. The deaf can hear, the dumb can talk, the cripple can walk. Boom. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, we have to gather wrong, grab a seat and sit down, pay attention. Education, liberation, we have to stand strong. Benskop upon the radio, lively up the program. Everybody call somebody and let them turn and tune and on the radio and catch the boom song. We boom it up already, we have to boom it up again. Expose and reveal him. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, I do it for the love, him not do it for no money. Straight up, him attack, educating everybody. Big up my friends and big up my family. Turn on the radio, catch the vibes, it's integrity. Straight up, Benskop stands for unity. One people, one nation, one destiny. Free up the truth in the air, even the blind can see. The deaf can hear, the dumb can talk, the cripple can walk. Boom.
Hello, this is attorney Shellen Washington, owner and founder of the Washington Law Firm, located at 455 Utica Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. We're specialized in medical malpractice, personal injuries, matrimonial law, and landlord and tenant. If you're in need of legal representation, please give us a call today. The number to call is 718-877-3100. Consultation is free at no cost to you, so call us today to see if we can be of any assistance to your legal needs. Again, the phone number to call us is 718-877-3100.
Source. Maybe the Chinese company that did not get the agreement that they wanted here, maybe they're the ones who told you, or it could be just a fictitious thing.
Okay, well, let's talk about specific individuals. What is your relationship with Mr. Sudro?
My relation.
Now we must move boldly into the future, grounded by the principles that have propelled us this far and open to fresh possibilities for the future. Scripture teaches us that for everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven. My friends, no matter what title you all, my colleagues, have bestowed upon me, speaker, leader, whip, there is no greater official honor for me than to stand on this floor and to speak for the people of San Francisco. This I will continue to do as a member of the House, speaking for the people of San Francisco, serving the great state of California, and defending our Constitution. And with great confidence in our caucus, I will not seek re-election to Democratic leadership in the next Congress. For me, the hour's come for a new generation to lead the Democratic caucus that I so deeply respect. And I'm grateful that so many are ready and willing to shoulder this awesome responsibility.
We promise to increase the salaries of public servants by far more than 20%. By far more than 20%. Mr. Speaker, what about the nurses? We promise to increase the salaries of public servants by far more than 20%. By far more than 20%. Mr. Speaker, what about the nurses? We promise to increase the salaries of public servants by far more than 20%. By far more than 20%. Mr. Speaker, what about the nurses, the teachers, what about the police workers, the police officers? Aren't they equally important? Aren't they equally important? Mr. Speaker,
Good evening, everyone. My name is. We're starting off kind of like with a honk, huh? All right, we've got to give some credit to our operator Lemon. Seemed to be rather creative this evening. It's Monday. It's the 21st day. Gosh, time flies, huh? It's the 21st day of November. Share the link and let folks know that we are on right here on 107.1 FM. We're talking about the 8%, not just about the 8%. We have lots of other things we want to talk about. I've noticed somebody's asking whether this is the new award for those who misbehave on our program. It is not. I don't know what is on Lemon's mind when he put this. I honestly, look, you guys know I'm a straightforward kind of guy, right? If I'm going to say something, I'll say it. But again, I'm honest. I'm being absolutely honest with you guys. I just don't know. I just don't know what is behind this whole thing about having this guy is having a laugh out of his day. Look at this. This is not the minister that spent $3 or $4 or $5 million to do her teeth. Taxpayers' money, mind you. Taxpayers' money to do her teeth. We're looking at the teeth, right? We're not comparing this animal with anybody. So I don't want anybody to run and get the wrong idea. I'm making this lucidly clear that this animal, sorry about that. Good evening to all of you guys. This animal is not being compared to anybody. I do not want individual to jump to conclusion. None whatsoever. You can use your imaginations, right? That is your prerogative. But we here are not saying anything about this animal. This animal, these animals, right? Yes, are very smart animals. Trust me. Read up and understand about the pigs. Do some research on pigs. You will know exactly what I'm talking about. And so this is not directed to anyone, but take a look at the teeth. At least the teeth are better than that minister who spent almost $5 million. How many of you know this situation? How many of you have heard about that case? That a minister spent close to $5 million of your tax dollars to repair the teeth in her mouth. Your tax dollars. That quote-unquote minister is back again as a minister. as a minister, albeit installed at this time. Now, if you ask me, are they going to repeat what they have done before? Maybe they probably wouldn't spend $5 million to repair their teeth this time around. But what they would do is spend $5 million to repair something else. Other things, we don't know. But look, thank you for sharing the link. Let's get ready to rock and roll. I was off last Friday. Got to take a break now and then. Can't keep rushing and using up my energy every single day while most of those ministers back home, yes, Mr. Speaker, we're talking about the ministers. We are running up our energy. We are burning up our energy, our calories, everything we're burning up every single day to talk and confront the installed PPP regime back in Guyana. And most of those folks who are being paid, PAID, who are being paid to do these sort of things, not us. We are doing it because we believe in country. We want betterment for our country. We want better for all of the citizens of Guyana. That is what we want. You notice the song says, Ben Shapa do it for the money. I got to find out who is not do it for the money, but we got to find out I got to find out who that guy is. And congratulations to that guy and that song. Okay, how have you been? Lots of things I want to talk to you guys about. But before we get into that, let's warm up a little, mind you. Let's warm up a little, right? Let's warm up a little. I'm being a bit naughty this evening. Look, I want to be honest. I want you guys to be honest with me before I start off. Tell me what you see. Take a look. You know, there's this reggae song, and if you guys who know, those of you who know it, look into my eyes, tell me what you see, blah, 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 blah. You guys know the rest, right? Tell me what you see before I start talking about this particular situation. Look into the screen. Tell me what you see. Now take another look. Take a careful look. Tell me what you see, guys. No, I'm not saying anything. I'm not insinuating anything. I'm just asking a question. Take another look. One more time. Tell me. Don't be afraid. Tell me what you guys see. I know what I see. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I know what I see. And I'm never wrong with certain things. I'm wrong with some other things. I'm not. But look, man. Look. Wait a minute. While we warm up, yeah, I know you guys are sharing the link and so forth. You know, look, put the glasses on. Tell me what you see. Are you guys, seriously, are you guys seeing what I am seeing? I can't believe this thing. I honestly, wait a minute, man. Are you guys, sorry. Something, my mind is playing tricks with me. But I know what I saw. And you guys know exactly what I saw. Because I know that the same thing that I saw is the actual thing that you guys saw too. We're seeing it. We're seeing the resemblance. All sort of resemblance. We're seeing it. You know, and so when people love to call other people names and they're this and they're that, and they got to be very careful. We're seeing the resemblance. We're seeing it all the time. We're seeing it. My friends, take a look. We are seeing the resemblance. And now let's get on with our show. Good evening and welcome to Straight Up. My name is Mark Benchop. We're going to rock and roll this evening for about an hour. So spread the word. Tell your friends that we're on 107.1 FM and we are going to rock and roll for just 1 hour. What is it? Hey, you guys are being naughty, right? All of you. Before we begin, let me say happy birthday to the Honorable Congresswoman Yvette Clarke. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday anniversary to Yvette Clarke, Congresswoman Yvette Clarke. Happy birthday to her. And I know some of you have celebrated your birth anniversary, either today, yesterday, Saturday, and so forth. Candace Narain, are you with us? Just come up, stand in front of the class. Wish Candace Narain a happy birthday anniversary. I know she celebrated her birthday yesterday. She started to announce it since last week. Happy birthday to you, Candace Narain. And if you know Candace Narain from her comments here in the comments section, you'd know that Ras Camo, out in Guyana, that's his niece, Ras Camo. A real Rasta man, not no fake sellout Rasta. Right it? Not no Rasta man that, pull up in a car for a little quick hustle. He's not that kind of Rasta man. So happy birthday to Candace. I know there's Diane Stewart who celebrated her birth anniversary as well yesterday. And some others. If I fail to mention your name or your names, just, make mention. And I'll be more than happy to give you a quick shout out. You guys deserve that, right? So now let's begin. What is it on the agenda that we can talk about? Of course, democracy, how democracies die. Guyana is a perfect example. What do you guys think of this? Look at this food. Tell me something. Let's talk now. Look at this food. Tell me something. No, it's not at office of the president. It is not at Parliament building. Look at this food. How many of you guys will eat this? Tell me the truth. Let's talk. Be honest with me. Be honest with me. How many of you guys will eat this food? Talk to me, guys. How many of you guys will eat this food? GT Root Girl, happy birth anniversary. I forgot I saw that it was her birthday last week as well. Happy birthday to you guys. GT Root Girl and so forth. How many of you guys will eat this food? Annette Cummings is saying, that is not food, that is hogwash. All right, come on, leave it, come on. Yeah. Clyde McPherson is saying, that food is for pigs. All right, Clyde. All right. That food is for pigs. I hear you. Erica is saying that she prefers to eat Compton cook-up. Whoever Compton cook-up is, and I've heard a lot of things about Compton cook-up. After party, Compton cook-up. Oh, gosh. Right, good. So, Diane Mitchell, dog food. Come on, guys. Look at this food. I'm looking at your comments. Ingrid Ambrose, dog food. Let me see here. Nalda Grant. Good night, Mark, and to all. Yeah, good night, Nalda. How are you? Eric Williams, not the former Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Eric Williams. But look. Carl Miller. Good night, sir. Answer Mob Lynch. Dog food. All of you guys, dog food. Rhonda Lane. Oh, Rhonda Lane is wishing people happy birthday. Good evening to you, Rhonda. Or, country people say Rhonda, but it's Rhonda. Good evening to you, Rhonda Lane. Brenda Billy is saying dog food. Unica Light is pig food. Marla Alicock, what's that? That's pig food, right? That's pig food. Wayne Caesar, pig food. Keith Evans, trash. Desiree Simmons, can't make out the container. Is it the kitchen sink? No, it's a container, not the kitchen sink. I've never really seen a kitchen sink like, but then again, oh man. I'm reading some of your comments. I hope they're not giving the children. That's Tashana Billy. All the Billies watching us tonight, man. Good evening. We got Brenda, Billy, Tashana. Good evening to all of you guys. Welcome to the show. Share the link, please. I don't want to keep saying every minute, share the link, share the link, share the link, right? Yvette Graham, jail food. Some said dog food, jail food. Rochelle Johnson, worse than dog food. Mark, are you sure that is food for humans? Ingrid Carter. All right, here what? Let me announce this here for you guys. Let me announce it for you guys. It's a shame and a disgrace. Shame and a disgrace. It is not dog food. It is not pig food. It is prisoners' food. Again, I repeat. It is prisoners' food. This is what they feed the prisoners of Guyana. That's what you're watching there. A lot of you guys heard of a pan top. Well, this here is a pan top. And now there are some who may argue that, oh, they're prisoners, let them eat. Let me remind you guys that a lot of prisoners, a lot of folks who are in prison are not guilty of a crime. Speaking from experience, lots of prisoners are there, lots of individuals are there as a result of trumped up charges. A lot of them are there as a result of police officers not doing their job properly and sticking a charge on somebody. A lot of people are in there as a result of bad policing work, trumped up charges. And so I don't want to hear that because they're in prison, oh, what, they got to eat what they, no, please. Don't do that. Don't say that. This is not dog food. It's not pig food, but it's prisoners' food. This is what they feed prisoners. Yes, in Guyana. Prisoners' food. Prisoners' food. And the prison service gets hundreds of millions of dollars. And this is what they feed the prisoners. This, what you see here, is called a pan top. When the prisoners finish eating from this pan top here, they just sprinkle some water, rinse it out, and it's thrown. It is thrown in whatever it is, spray out with a hose for the next meal. I don't even see dogs eating this sort of food. I don't even see pigs eating this sort of food. But human beings eat it. Chetty Jagan was in prison. He can tell you guys, but he's not here, so he can't tell you guys there. So prison isn't a place, anybody can be in prison. Any one of you, God forbid, can be in prison for something. Or any one of you can be in prison for nothing at all. Trumped up charges. And this is what you have to be subjected to. If you can't afford to have your family bring what is called self-support. But this here, my friends, this here is what it is. I don't know what that looked like, king cuts. I don't know what that is. That sort of meat, I don't know what it is, with some sappy rice in a pan top. Pan top. Everything goes in this pan top. Then it's stored in the prison section, the kitchen section, rat infested, cockroach infested, and then they pick it up and serve the prisoners food again. Brings back lots of memories. Sorry about that, guys. Lots of memories. Shame and a disgrace. We'll move on. Oil-rich Guyana, we'll move on. We will move on. Somebody's saying it's horse meat. I don't know what it is. Just don't know what it is. But not even these animals, not even these animals eat like this. Nope. I noticed, how many of you guys, let's move on. Our prayers for the prisoners, yes. People deserve a second chance. Lots of those politicians got second chances. Some of them are committed fraud. They stole stuff, all manner of things they did, and they're still there, part of the government. As soon as an ordinary person commit a crime, because of the fact that they may not have sufficient money to bribe their way out or to pay a good lawyer or whatever, they always have to suffer the consequences. Now, I'm showing this this lady here. I don't know who she is, but the purpose is just to show the headband. It's called let me see if some of you guys know, we call it head tie, kerchief, or whatever it is. And I have a lot of relatives, and a lot of people seem to think that this is just an Indian thing. It's not an Indian thing. It's an African headdress as well. It has been around for hundreds of years. Our Indian ancestors wore it. Our African ancestors also wore it. So it's not just Savitri Rose. Oh gosh, get in front of the class, Savitri. Rumal. Thank you so much, Savitri. Right? And there's a reason why I put this up here. There's a reason why. I want you guys tonight is what we call take a look. Tell me what you see. So take a look at this head tie. Again, no disrespect to the auntie on the screen. Absolutely no disrespect. But I just want to compare it with something. Take a look at this here. You know they got a singer named Mark Batson. I think Mark Batson is from Buxton. A good singer. And this is not to insult the singer in any way, shape, or form. I want you guys to take a look at this and take a look, the headdress that is, and take a look at Mark Batson's headdress. Take a look. Tell me what you see. Take another look. Take a careful look. Take a careful look. Then look at Mark Batson. Look at what he's wearing. Forget about who is next to him. Now look, I don't know what. Forget about who is standing next to Mark Batson. I think Mark is a good singer. I like his songs. He's passionate about it. But again, forget about who is standing next to Mark. Forget it. Forget it about the guy behind Mark with the yachting boots, and God in heaven knows, look at Mark's headdress. Then look at Auntie. You guys see where I'm coming from, right? Forget about the guy. Forget about the guy that is standing next to Mark. Forget. I know you guys probably, he looks familiar. But Mark was so happy to stand there to take a picture next to Irfan. I know that is Mark's prerogative, mind you. I'm not hitting, these guys seem to be living their own life. That is their prerogative. But Mark, no disrespect to you, Batson. Absolutely no disrespect. God in heaven knows what is it that you have on your head, bro. What exactly you have on your head. Don't tell me that you wore it to impress upon the guy that you're standing next to there. I don't know. But I've never seen such a style. I mean, maybe I did, but I wasn't looking carefully. But Mr. Watson, what is that about? What is that head napkin about, man? Oh, Father Jehovah. I don't know what's going on in that place. You see there's something in the water? I just, honestly, I don't know what's going on in that place. All right, let's move away from that to this. British citizen fined 15,000 Guyana dollars, which is about 65 or 68, 70 US dollars. For this Paku. This Paku, who boasts and brag, according to information, that he has contacts with the Jane Miller, the British High Commissioner to Guyana, and all manner of things. If I was Jane, I'll disown this guy. Never see come to see. Ain't know what's going on. Ain't know about little money. Suddenly get little money. Suddenly become so goddamn arrogant. Come on, Lemon. I understand what you're doing, Lemon, please. But let's be serious. Let's get back to the real thing out of the sty. The real thing out of the sty, right? Now let's get back to this here. British citizen fined 15,000 Guyana dollars for assaulting this thing. I don't know what has happened to Guyana, man. All sort of crapo, all sort of lagu-bagu, all sort of things popping out of God and heaven knows where. And suddenly they feel they are powerful in God. We know the things, we see them. They move around all the timing. We know the things them. And what is it? What is it with a magistrate to find this woman? This thing here should have been the one who had to pay $150,000 fine or something like that because he was abusive. Who told this guy? Who told this guy that he is a powerhouse in Guyana and that he could talk to people anyhow? Who is this guy? Who the heck is this thing? Seriously, who is this? Same thing. Who is this thing? Who? Now let's go to the video, please. Let's go to the video and you guys be the judge. And then you will understand what is happening in Guyana. It's like the devil has taken over Guyana. Everything that is wrong, they're making right. And every demonic spirit, and you're looking at one straight in the eye, every demonic spirit right there is coming over as though they are righteous and they believe in Guyana and they're this and look, let's go straight to the video, please.
Let me call my brother.
You call who you want call. You could call God and all.
Please come on, do it.
Good. So you heard the thing. You can, and then you can't even speak. You can call who you want call. You can call God and all. Who are these Pakus? And these are the Pakus who love to insult people and call people hungry belly and all these matter. These things didn't even burn with no gold spoon in their mouth. Hungry belly things suddenly get a little money because of God in heaven knows what else. But I'm not going to get into that right now. Trust me, I want to get into it badly so. But suddenly they get little money. Suddenly they get little food to eat. They're calling other people hungry belly. But here the thing now, you can call who you want call. You can call God and all. That is how power, that is what little power, little money would do to people who are not accustomed to these sort of things. They suffer from this accustomancy. Anywhere they go, they're surprised. Oh God, you know. But let's get back to the story, please. Sorry about that.
Let me call my brother.
You call who you want call. You could call God and all.
Please come on, do it. Look, the guy in the police don't even have body cam. He's got a record of his own personal phone. This is crime.
Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing.
He's not going to trouble you today.
Just don't say nothing. Just relax. Step out your vehicle, man.
Because he's disrespectful. I'm
Because
trying to speak to him.
he's the one, bro.
He's rude.
He's the one. This is his
Hey, this is not nobody. I in charge here and you going to the station.
Bad man. You can't play that shit in England. Look at this.
Just leave it alone. Just leave him alone. But when they
You can't go talk to the police like they're in England.
Yes, I can. Yes, I
Okay,
can.
hold
Tell
on.
us what we
First
did
of
in
all-
England. What we did in England.
Alright, if you talk to my sister, don't put a mic in my sister's face, please.
Yeah, boss.
If you do something, please don't put your walker talking to my sister.
What is this? What is it?
What's he doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you
You
doing?
want to tell, right, sir?
Excuse me. What are you doing?
Restart. Hey, Neil, call thing for me, please.
I'm calling them. I'm calling
You
them.
want to tell, right
Now,
now?
don't
you
put your
under
hands on
arrest.
me.
Right now,
Don't put your hands on me. Hey, don't
touch me.
Don't touch my
Don't
sister,
touch
Bridget.
me.
Hey, you mad? Don't put your hand on my sister, bro. Don't put your hand on my sister. You mad?
You're not
What are you doing?
Hey, video this.
Hey, don't pull no fucking gun on my sister. You mad? Are you mad?
Hey, car for the man. Car for the man. Hey, video this, young boy.
Take my phone. Mama, you're my phone.
You put your fucking hand on my sister. You fucking mad?
For real, you're pulling your gun.
What are you doing?
For real.
You mad?
This is what he's on.
The fuck are you doing, Bridget?
What the fuck?
You can't fucking touch my sister.
He was
You put your fucking hand on my sister.
They will tell
You put your hand on my sister.
He's not.
You put your fucking hand and put your gun on my sister.
No, what?
You put your fucking gun on my sister.
Hey, look.
No, don't touch me. Don't touch my sister.
Stop.
Hey, yo. Hey, don't touch my fucking sister, Bridget. Don't touch my fucking sister. Don't touch my sister, Bridget. Don't touch my sister. Hey,
Calm down yourself. Yo,
you fucking
calm down yourself, bro. Hey, bro.
Hey.
Yo, you're talking, yo.
Alright.
I know, but listen. Calm down yourself. I know what I'm doing.
Okay, so they assaulted this young lady. The police assaulted the young lady. The young lady was allegedly provoked by this thing. Provoked. Because this thing feels as though he's so powerful that nobody can touch him. You saw him talking to a little 4 feet guy the other day that wanted to fight him and say, bring him to the, watch. I have seen that thing is not worth it. But I've seen 100 times worse than that being brought to naught, to nothing. But what they did to that young lady, what the cops did to that young lady was wrong. The cops should have been charged. You cannot put your hands, that young lady was no threat at all. That young lady was no threat physically or otherwise. She was standing up for her rights. But those policemen probably wanted a little raise, probably wanted to impress upon Azardine Mohammed's friend that thing that calls himself a critic. And so the police was basically, they were there wanting to probably protect so that they could get a little cheese or whatever. They grab upon the woman. And then we heard, according to the young lady's brother, that they pulled a gun. There was no need for pulling a gun. That is what Guyana has turned to. So they abused the woman, assaulted the woman, and then turned around to say that she assaulted that wild animal. She appeared in front of the court. I don't know whether she pleaded guilty or whatever with explanation. She should not have done that, but because probably she wants to leave the country. Because some of these goons, these hooligans, these hungry belly hooligans, shameless vagabonds who run around as though they're patriotic, feel that they're running Guyana. For now, they have that impression, but it is not so. All long ropes have an end. And you can do people only so much until reality kicks in. And reality will kick in. It will kick in very soon. Monkey, I really do mean it. Monkey really knows which limb to jump on. The guy who got out of the car representing his sister had every right to do so because it was totally uncalled for. The situation was totally uncalled for. And the police, they have some of them in Guyana. We're talking about Guyana, other places too, but Guyana for now. They provoke a situation. A lot of them are unprofessional. They don't know how to calm a situation down. And that particular situation could have gotten out of hand because of a stupid police officer wanting to impress a stupid, low-life, low-class individual who suddenly believes that he's on top of the world. Not for long. Mark my word, not for long. Let's go back to that video again, because my heart goes out to the young lady. Whoever she is, my heart goes out to her. And her brother had every right to stand up and defend his sister by any and every legal means necessary.
Let me call my brother.
Call you want call. You could call Guyana.
Come on, do it.
Look, Guyana police don't even have body cam. He's got to record off his own personal phone. This is scary.
Just leave it. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing.
He's not going to trouble you today.
Just don't say nothing. Just relax.
Because he's disrespectful.
Because
I'm trying to speak to him.
he's the one, bro.
He's rude.
He's the one. This is his.
Hey, this is not nobody. I in charge here and you going to the station.
Bad man. You can't play that shit in England. Look at this.
Just leave it alone. Just leave him alone. But when they've
You can't talk to the police like they in England.
Yes, I can. Yes,
Okay,
he
hold
tell
on.
us what we
First
did
of
in
all-
England. What we did in England.
Alright, if you talk to my sister, don't put a mic in my sister's face, please.
Yeah, boss.
If you do something, please don't put your walker talking to my sister.
What is it? Hold this in.
What's he doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you
You
doing?
want to right, sir?
Excuse me. What are you doing?
Restart. Hey, Neil, call thing for me, please.
I'm calling them. I'm calling
You
them.
want to right
Now,
now?
don't put your hand on me.
Right now?
Don't put your hands on me.
He's not.
Hey, don't
touch me.
Don't touch my
Don't
sister,
touch
Bridget.
me.
Hey, you mad? Don't put your hand on my sister, bro. Don't put your hand on my sister. You mad? What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? Hey, don't put no fucking gun on my sister. You mad? Are you mad? Are you mad?
Stop for the man.
You put your fucking hand on my sister. You fucking mad?
For real, you're pulling your gun.
What are you doing?
You mad? This is what he's on.
What the fuck are you doing, Bridget?
I noticed somebody said the thing went to England promoting Guyana. The thing could promote Guyana. The thing can't promote nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's bare chaos. Can't you see there's a demonic spirit? Can't you see when the individual, when the thing talks to people, it's always demonic? Look carefully. And that is bad spirit, bad vibes. And those sort of bad vibes individuals, the bad vibes doesn't go on for long. It's always ignorance, arrogance, stupidity, demonic. Just look at how they talk to people. Why you want, man? Why you want? Who is this? Why you want? Why you? Real human beings do not behave like that. Real human beings. The police assaulted that young woman, verbally and physically. There was no need for pulling a gun. That is what aggravates situations. And oftentimes when police do not have sense, as what we have seen there, those sort of things happen. It's unfortunate that the young lady had to go before the court and was fined 15,000 Guyana dollars for God in heaven knows what. It is not going to end right. If individuals believe that they can go around, the individuals, mind you, believe that they can drive around the country and create problems. There's only so much that people can take. I hope good sense prevails, though. I do hope good sense prevails before the situation gets out of hand in Guyana, because there's only so much. So much. There's always somebody. Here was Rayan Webster saying, so Mark, are you saying her brother had the right to hit an officer of the law? Does the officer of the law have a right to hit a woman in that manner? To draw a gun when it was unnecessary? To assault a citizen? I'm not condoning hitting of policemen or hitting of anybody. But the brother, that guy, had a right to defend his sister. The police are not above the law, Mr. Webster. The police are there to protect the citizens, not to take favoritism over one goon. Favoritism because of a goon, impress upon that goon so that they can brutalize and assault other citizens. And so that young man had every right to stand up and defend his sister, whether it's a policeman, whether it's the president, whether it's the prime minister, whether it's a member of parliament. The brother had every right to stand up and defend his sister. I don't care who it is. That young man, that guy, was within his rights. So you can't stand there and see that the police is assaulting his sister and you expect him to go down on his knees and pray. It's a human reaction. And I'm sure, Rayan, if you stand and see the police physically assault your sister or your mother or your kids and draw a gun on them, if you stand up and you allow that to happen, then something is wrong with you, Mr. Webster. So don't come to try to play all self-righteous. Oh, is it right for him to hit an officer? If it is right, it is wrong for the officer to hit any citizen when it is uncalled for. And every citizen have a right to defend themselves as well. No policeman, no policewoman is above the law. None whatsoever. Stand and defend yourself back. Story done. This is not to say people should walk around hitting policemen and women. I'm not condoning, I'm not advocating that. I'm saying that police officers have to conduct themselves in a professional manner because they are being paid. They are servants of the people. Their job is to protect and serve, not to brutalize. Their job, again, Mr. Webster, is to protect and serve. If they get out of line, if they're doing anything illegal, people don't have to stand and accept that. Stand up and defend your rights. Simple as that. So if the police now kick down your door, walks into your house without a warrant and start break up stuff in your house, are you going to stand there and say, oh, he's a police, allow him to do his job? No. You have every right to defend your property by any means necessary. You have every right to defend your property. So don't come with this Jim Cock bring ram goat self-righteousness. Don't come to me with that. Don't come to me with that, please. There's always these individuals. Oh, so Mark, are you saying her brother had the right to hit an officer of the law? So does an officer of the law has a right to treat citizens like that? To treat a woman like that? The woman wasn't assaulting him. There was no need to pull a gun on the woman. There was no need to physically assault the woman. There is no need for him to grab her like that and tug on her, pull her like that. There was no need, Mr. Webster. And I wonder what you would have done if that was your sister. It's just a question, right? All of us would react. Whether it's a police or whomever, all of us would have a reaction. And if you or anyone stand by there and watch your sister being physically abused and assaulted and don't do anything, something is wrong with you, Mr. Webster. Kudos to that brother who stood up for his sister. I have no apologies for anybody. Stand up for his sister. He did the damn right thing because the police was wrong. Two wrongs don't make a right. But What the police did was aggravate the situation and led the brother to defend his sister. Now, the brother didn't cough on the police. The brother just said, look, do not treat my sister like this. The brother could have, obviously, if the brother wanted, the brother could have probably knocked him out, the police out, knocked the other thing out, the demon out, knocked them out. But the brother didn't do that. The brother said, what are you doing to my sister? What? You can't do that to my sister, man. You can't. But now, some of y'all Guyanese, I don't know, let's go back again. Watch it, Mr. Webster. Watch for a second time and tell us what would you have done.
Let me call my brother.
Call you want call. You could call God and all.
Please come on, do it.
Look, Guyana police don't even have body cam. He's got to record off his own personal phone. This is scary.
Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing.
He's not going to trouble you today.
Just don't say.
Let's get back to Webster. There's always there are ways in dealing with situations like that. In America, would have been show. You mean show, right? Show, right? First of all, look, it's a female, they will call for a backup. And they will be, if the situation gets to the point, they will have a female officer to arrest. They won't have a male grabbing her. I mean, I know there's situations like that, but when you guys can't win a case, or when you come across like a, you know what, then there's always in America. In America. Now, if you're talking about there are always ways to deal with a situation, the police was arrogant. The police was aggressive. They obviously wanted to ensure that they make the thing that orchestrated this thing to be happy and comfortable. So they went after the innocent individuals, that woman and her brother. Now, here's what Webster is saying, and I'm just reading what he's saying. I could easily bypass it, and that's it. But it's the mindset of some of these Guyanese folks. There are ways in dealing with situations like that, right? Well, why not say that about the police? The police officers are servants of the people. They are there to serve and protect. That woman should have been protected, not the wild animal. But it seems as though the wild animal got more rights than that woman. Webster, you just don't get it. You've just, what I know you got is your 15 minutes of fame. I got to move on to other stuff. I really got to move on to other stuff. But before I do, do you think if that, and this is where I asked the $1 million question, and some people don't like these sort of $1 million questions. Hear what the $1 million question is. Hear what this $1 million question is. Hear what this $1 million question is. Do you guys believe? Do you guys believe? And let's be honest with each other, that if that young lady, and let's show her, forget about the thing. If this young lady was of a different ethnicity, do you think the treatment would have been the same? Do you think the thing would have gone after to press charges, frivolous charges against a woman? Do you think the police approach would have been the same had she not been of African descent? Do you think if she was a Portuguese woman, she would have been treated like that? Do you think if she was a Chinese woman, she would have been treated like that? Do you think if she was an East Indian woman, she would have been treated like that? That's a simple question I'm asking. But the first thing is disregard for persons of African descent. Another perfect example of that. And this is not playing the race card. This is what we see almost all the time. And don't say that if it was a woman of another ethnic background, then she would have behaved differently. Don't give me that Jim Cock bring ram goat story. I've seen worse than that. I have seen worse than that. But if that woman was not African Guyanese or British or whatever, she would never have been treated in that manner. The police would have been thinking twice before they pull a gun and before he physically assaulted her. They would have been thinking different. And that thing, his disdain for persons of African descent, of course, he himself is no different. He's part of the African race. But there's some sort of internal denial and acceptance that he's part of that race. Seems to have some degree of hatred for persons of African descent. Hence the reason that woman, that young lady, was treated in that manner. I don't know. And then you ask this question and they get upset that, oh, Ben, you're playing the race card. No, I'm asking a simple question. A simple question. She would not have been treated in the manner. And I want to just take this opportunity on behalf of all right-thinking Guyanese to apologize to that young lady, to apologize to her brother for the treatment at the hands of certain unprofessional individuals of the Guyana police force. I apologize to you, young lady. You deserve that apology. You deserve a good time in Guyana. You deserve to be treated with respect and dignity. And kudos to your brother for standing up for you. Any real brother would have done that to defend his sister. But then again, look, if that young lady was a white lady, a Caucasian lady, do you think she would have been treated in that manner? Do you think the Ting would have rushed ahead with charges and take them? No. The Ting would not have done that because the Ting, first thing in the Ting's mind is she probably would have been an American and he doesn't want to upset the people at the U.S. Embassy for obvious reasons, and so forth and so on. We will talk about other things some other time. Just things for you to think about. Guyana, huh? Guyana. Imagine people who were hungry the other day and catch a little blang or whatever they call it. It's calling people hungry belly dogs these days. All long ropes got an end. And I don't care who you are. That long rope has an end. Ashni Singh, said to be the finance minister, is saying he's warning employers over the failure to submit workers' contributions to NIS. Now, this is the NIS. We're moving on now, sorry. This is the NIS that the PPP took billions of dollars out, Jack Dale that is, and give it to his friends. Form a private company to build the Berbice River Bridge. Billions of dollars, taxpayers' money. And now they're fighting up and telling employers that they got to pay their NIS contributions. Of course, workers have to do it. Don't get me wrong. But there's a reason why these guys are hurrying up so that employers can pay. It is not so much the workers don't necessarily have much to be worried about the employers. Employers should, don't get me wrong. But these vagabonds in office took billions of dollars and give to their friends to invest in the Berbice River Bridge. That is what they do with your tax-paying dollars. And now these goons are in office through questionable circumstances, and they are, and you see what they're doing, threatening the employers. So don't get me wrong again, employers, make sure that you guys pay up. Again, don't get me wrong. Employers, make sure that you guys pay up. But look who is talking. And now let me give you guys an example. How many of you remember this? Jagger Defense, they took almost $3 billion, taxpayers' money, NIS money, pensioners' money, took it and gave it to his friends for the Berbice River Bridge. Look at Jagger Defense use of NIS money for Berbice Bridge as best investment, best private investment. Your tax dollars, pensioners' money, invested the pensioners' money, almost bankrupt the NIS by giving monies to his friends and cronies to invest as a private entity. Any other part of the world, Jagger would have been charged and he would have been in jail eating from a pan tap. He deserves to eat out of this. He deserves to eat out of this. That is what he should have been doing after they took NIS money, $3+ billion, and give it to his friends and cronies. Look at this. Berbice Bridge owes NIS $810 million in investment income. And this was October 10th, 2019. $810 million they owe as a result of Jack Deere taking over $3 billion pensioners' money, almost bankrupt the industry. And look at what happened. Mr. Sokraj has a point. Why they don't threaten ExxonMobil to pay fair returns? They're not going to do it. They're just not going to do it at all. That is just what it is. That is just what it is. You know what I mean? Now let me go back quickly and address Webster. Webster is a star tonight. Webster, what's going on? Whoever you are. Sound like a cop though. Here. Webster says, Black people disrespect one another. I get respect from other ethnic groups than people who look like me. And I'm a peace. You see, I told you, there you go. I suspected that. He's a peace officer, and I have to deal with attitude of people, mostly Black people. You see, Mr. Webster, thank you for what you do. I don't know you're a peace officer for where, but thank you for what you do. But I kind of get a sense as to what you're trying to say. Every ethnic group in this world have people who love and respect each other. And they have people who disrespect each other. Whether it is Caucasians, whether it is Chinese. Have you ever gone to Chinatown in New York City? Go to Chinatown. You think the Chinese all get along? They disrespect each other. They fight amongst each other. Do you think the Jews, all of them get along? No, they don't. Do you think all of the Indians, East Indians get along? No, they don't. So why is it always about the impression that Africans are the only race on this earth that do not get along with each other? Huh? The history tells us otherwise. How do you think the villages were bought? How do you think co-ops were formed? How do you think schools were built? How do you think persons were taught? How do you think that? It comes as a result of people who got together as a group and helped to develop their communities, helped to build a village or villages, helped to build a country into being what it is today. The evidence that Africans do get along, do work together, and so forth and so on. Now, they're a minority, mind you. They're a minority. Okay? So don't paint all Africans. Don't paint all Africans with the same brush. Right? Thank you. Now, can we move on, Mr. Webster? Read up a little bit on history and understand. Please do. Read up a little and understand. sir.
Good, now we can see the real standoff. It's just part of the action, part of the real action.
So you see what's going on, right? So look, so we're back to Ashney there. Sorry, we're back to Ashney and this whole NIS thing and threatening. These folks in the installed regime, they love to make it appear that they are so self-righteous, that they are so patriotic, and all these manner of things. Isn't it the same finance minister on the first couple of years before 2015, the same finance minister gave, I think, about he was finance minister, he had to approve it, almost $200 million to Body Shivraj to build the Bodies International Hotel that is now Princess or whatever they call it now. Wasn't it the same Ashney Singh to almost $200 million? So there seemed to be a habit of these guys who parade around as ministers to give your tax dollars, to illegally give your tax dollars to their friends to build hotels and to build Berbice River Bridge and all these manner of things. All these manner of things. But yet they come to pretend as though they're all about law and order. They're all about righteousness. They're all about being patriotic and building a better Guyana and all manner of crap. Don't come to us with this nonsense. Don't, Ashney Singh. Don't. And so tonight, you will receive the award. And you can share this award with Jack Deal and Irfan. All right, let's, before we go, 2 regions, 6 men die from COVID. COVID is still up and running in Guyana, and this is something that they have been hiding from you guys. They have been hiding from the Guyanese people that COVID is real, it is still up, it is rampant in Guyana, and people are dying still. People are still dying as a result of this COVID-19. And the regime, the installed regime in Guyana, doesn't give a damn about that. None of them give a damn about that. So folks, be careful. Please be careful. Call up your relatives, your friends, and you guys be careful. Let me say a quick shout out to the folks at Long Island Nursing Home. Let's see what Francine Cruz and his friends at Long Island Nursing Home. Good evening to you guys there. The unity of every race. Okay, well, you know, Francine and her spectacles. Every race lies in the hatred of black people. If you take black people away from, they will fight and kill each other like dogs. All right, Francine, good evening to you guys at the nursing home there. All of you guys. COVID is indeed real. COVID is still around. Speaking of COVID, let's go to the foot and mouth disease party. Anog now has a new chair. These guys expect to get votes. Seriously, these guys expect to get votes. But the funny thing is with them, this guy, they say he's a doctor. He's Mark France. He's now the new chairman of Anog. It's a mouth disease. That's the meaning. And they will work along with the media. Politicians, look, who tell this club? Politicians are not there to work along with the media. The media is not there to work along with the media is there to do their goddamn job. So stop trying to curry favor with the media by saying that Anog is there to work along with them. What kind of nonsense is this? And this guy is supposed to be a doctor. What nonsense is it? Give me a break. Give me a break. We'll talk more about this so-called Anog and all these eggnog or whatever they are. You know, I said something on my Facebook page that Wakanda forever. I have a lot of Indian relatives, and not one of them have called me to say, Mark, let's go to the movie. They never show me a Wakanda, nothing. They ain't get nothing. But every time when Kuch Kuch Hota Hai came out, they got me singing along with them, Tumpa Se Aaye, Tu Muskil Aaye, all sorts of things. Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. If my cousins and friends are watching, give me a call. Let's go and watch the movie, Wakanda Forever. Let's make this a balanced thing, please. Not a one-sided something. Let's balance things out. If you want me to do X and you appreciate when I do X, show the same respect. Reciprocate. Wakanda Forever. Just like Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. Huh? You guys get the message? One people, one nation, one destiny indeed. Sorry, one people, one nation, one destiny. I've got to go now. I'll be back tomorrow, same place, same time, right here on 107.1 FM. My name is Mark Benshaw. God bless you all. Thank you all so much for watching. And again, let's salute this young lady. Salute the young lady who stood up for her rights, and salute her brother who stood up for his sister's right. I saw the video there. We all saw the video. The police were in the wrong, and that idiot instigated the situation. So let's go back to that tape before we go. But I'm seeing in the news, Congressman Hakeem Jeffries is doing his thing, and it looks like he will become the most powerful man in Congress. Well, you know, the guys, them in the installed PPP regime, they wouldn't like that. But it's not what they like. They can't do a thing about it. They can't stop it. They can't do a thing about it. And that's the beauty. That's the beauty about the democracy in the United States of America. Not a thing they can do about it, because Hakeem Jeffries, Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, will become the most powerful man in the U.S. Congress come January. Or even before, sorry. God bless you. Have a good rest of the night, and see you tomorrow. Same place, same time. Again, happy birthday to all of you who have celebrated your birthday recently, or who are celebrating your birthday today, or maybe tomorrow. So long.
Let me call my brother.
Call you want call. You could call God and all.
Please come on, do it. Come on, do it.
Look, Guyana police don't even have body cam. He's got to record off his own personal phone. This is scary.
Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing.
He's not going to trouble you today.
Just don't say nothing. Just relax.
Because he's disrespectful.
Because
I'm trying to speak to him.
he's the one, bro.
He's rude.
He's the one. This is his
Hey, this is not nobody. I in charge here and you going to the station.
Bad man. You can't play that shit in England. Look at this.
Just leave it alone. Just leave him alone. But when they
You can't go talk to the police like they in England.
Yes, I can. Yes, I
Okay,
can.
hold
Tell
on.
us what we
First
did
of
in
all-
England. What we did in England.
Alright, if you talk to my sister, don't put a mic in my sister's face, please.
Yeah, boss.
If you do something, please don't put your walkie-talkie in my sister.
What is it? What is it?
What's he doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you
You
doing?
want to tell, right, sir?
Excuse me. What are you doing?
Restart. Hey, Neil, call thing for me, please.
I'm calling them. I'm calling
You
them.
want to tell, right
Now,
now?
don't put your hand on me.
Right now,
Don't put your hands on me. Hey, don't
Don't touch me.
Don't touch my
Don't
sister,
touch
Bridget.
me.
Hey, you mad? Don't put your hand on my sister, bro. Don't put your hand on my sister. You mad?
You're not
What are you doing?
video this.
Hey, don't put no fucking gun on my sister. You mad? Are you mad?
Yeah, call for the man.
You put your fucking hand on my sister. You fucking mad?
For real, you're pulling your gun.
What are you doing?
For real.
You mad?
This is what he's on.
The fuck are you doing, Bridget? You can't fucking touch my sister. You put your fucking hand on my sister. You put your hand on my sister. You put your fucking hand and put your gun on my sister. You put your fucking gun on my sister. Huh? No, don't touch me. Don't touch my sister. Stop. Yo. Hey. Don't touch my fucking sister, Bridget. Don't touch my fucking sister. Don't touch my sister, Bridget. Don't touch my sister. Hey,
Calm down yourself. Yo, you fucking calm down yourself, bro. Hey, bro. Hey. Yo, y'all talk to you. Alright. I know. But listen. Calm down yourself. I know what I know.
So, this is attorney Shellen Washington, owner and founder of the Washington law firm located at 455 Utica Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. We're specialized in medical malpractice, personal injuries, matrimonial law, and landlord and tenant. If you're in need of legal representation, please give us a call today. The number to call is 718-877-3100. Consultation is free at no cost to you, so call us today to see if we can be of any assistance to your legal needs. Again, the phone number to call us is 718-877-3100.
If you are looking to have your statutory declaration, affidavit of income, identity, damage or lost passport, lost license, tenancy agreement, agreement of settlement, power of attorney, last will and testament, and certification of documents, then you need to visit the Alistair Collins firm, located at the Kellyan Mall, 162 Lamaha Street in Georgetown, between Camp and Waterloo Street. Alistair Collins is a commissioner of oaths and a justice of the peace. Make certain you visit him or call for more information at 649-6410 or 685-6448 or 503-1451. And there's adequate parking available. Go down to the Alistair Collins firm and have all of your legal issues settled and brought to the fore. Alistair Collins firm. Contact them at Alistair Collins firm.
We promise to increase the salaries of public servants by far more than 20%. By far more than 20%. Mr. Speaker, what about the nurses, the teachers, what about the police workers, the police officers? Aren't they equally important? Aren't they equally important? We, Mr. Speaker,
Basement level vibes with another one, straight up blackness. Aye, who tell the truth? Mark Brenscop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Brenscop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Brenscop, straight up from the root. Mark Brenscop, who tell the truth? Mark Brenscop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Brenscop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Brenscop, straight up from the root. Mark Branson, stop a do it for the love, him not do it for no money. Straight up, him attack, educating everybody. Big up my friends and big up my family. Turn on the radio, catch the vibes, it's integrity. Straight up, and SCAP stands for unity. One people, one nation, one destiny. Free up the truth in the air, even the blind can see. The deaf can hear, the dumb can talk, the cripple can walk. Boom. Who tell the truth? Mark Scott. Defend the ghetto youth. Mark Scott. Radio station is the fruit. Mark Scott. Straight up from the root. Mark Scott. Who tell the truth? Mark Scott. Defend the ghetto youth. Mark Scott.